Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another fabulous episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. Happy New Year, and thanks for watching. So, I spent some of my holiday time playing a cool game called White Knight. As you can see, it's black and white. It's very atmospheric, the cool graphical style, while very simple, gives it its whole ambiance, its whole feeling, and it takes place during the Great Depression, 1938 to be exact. That was the first date I noticed, and for me, as a Superman fan, I said, ooh, cool, 1938. He's wearing a fedora, he's got a trench coat on, all in the disguise of a mild-mannered reporter type during that time period, albeit without the big S on the side of the hat. It's a mystery, horror / adventure game where our protagonist gets into a car accident at the beginning of the game because he sees something run across his path in the road. I won't spoil too much about the game, but you should check it out. The reason I'm talking about it here is because I did a search. I can't find any articles. I can't find any point where someone who has played the game or a reviewer or the creators or anybody has mentioned the Superman references that I find, and it doesn't end with 1938, where you might just say, well, a lot of things happened in 1938, not just Superman's first appearance in comic books. The first person they mention in the game is in a letter on the porch where he is standing. This is where you pretty much start the game right after your car accident. A lot of the game you spend collecting diaries, letters, notes to people, things like that kind of tell you the backstory of the mansion and some of the characters that aren't in the game that have to do with how we got to where we are. So the first note that you find on the porch is signed Martha Kenton. Kenton. It takes place in 1938. I saw that. I said, that seems strange. Then, a little further in, there's a recipe book that you find, not because you're going to make any cooking, but because you need the key to the kitchen. And to get the key to the kitchen, there's a note that tells you have to find a book in the library that's about recipes. So, when you find the book about recipes, there's 4 recipes, that's it. And one of the recipes is beef bourguignon. Now, for comic book fans, you may know that Clark Kent and Lois Lane's favorite code word, because it was Clark's favorite meal for a while, was beef bourguignon with ketchup. Having beef bourguignon in there with 3 other recipes, most were like French. I think it was a French one, a Russian one, all complicated, strange-sounding names, and then beef bourguignon. Another reference that I think means that the creators of the game were fans of Clark Kent, of Superman. The costume, the year, Martha Kenton, and then later on in the game you get a note from the woman's doctor, whose name is Dr. Kent. So they've used Kenton, and then they use Kent just straight out. There may be other references to Superman in the game, but I'm convinced that the creators were fans of Superman and purposely put these things in there. One of the characters that is in the history of the game is Selina. This is a little bit more of a stretch. Selina was a villain in the Supergirl movie. She's also Catwoman, but I didn't personally notice a lot of Batman references, but they could be there too. For me, the Superman ones stick out. Play the game for yourself, see what you think. Take a look, or if some of you already know, let me know. I thought it was really cool. I enjoy the game, but I also got an extra kick out of it because I really think that there are these Superman and Clark Kent references. Maybe I'm reaching, but it all comes back to Superman. I got people going, nice phone from, 1980. Thanks everybody for watching. They have phones that have cameras on them now where it actually looks good or whatever. And remember, because I guess the camera is getting fooled into thinking that always there's a lot of light back there. So on the screen like this, you can't see me at all. All you can see is the screen. Now, you can see me perfectly. It looks great. So having beef, look up in the sky.